Looking for the best aftermarket parts and accessories for your model? Look no further than MCV Products. Bring your models to life at mcvproducts.com. Okay, here we are back at the bench. This is the current situation with the 41 Lincoln Continental. As you saw in those B-roll clips, we put it in some .3 brake fluid. Pretty strong stuff. It's proven to take off paint. Had trouble with this one. Now, after last week's episode, I immediately put this in that dunk tank full of brand new dot fluid. As you saw, that's why I wanted to make sure everybody saw that was not old brake fluid. That was brand new, 2 full bottles, and it did good on some things but horrible on others. Did great on the top, took everything off of there. He may have used acrylic or something like that. Didn't do so well on the body. Now I'm okay with that because there's a lot of things I'm going to shave, clean up, I'm going to change. So I didn't need this to be absolutely perfect because I have decided I am going to clean this up. I don't want any lines there. And you see a lot of body lines on this car. There's one right there, one right there. I think there was another one down there, yeah, right there. So none of that, not body lines, but panel lines, none of those were cleaned or removed from whoever did it. So I'm going to clean all this up. These are going to be filled in, as you'll see throughout this process. All the lines will be clean. I want this very clean and sleek. No front bumpers. This is going to be sitting on the ground. I am going to do a neat trick, and you will see in upcoming episodes. I'm going to drill these headlights out completely. Leave a thin, basically just the outline of the headlight themselves. I'm going to backfill it with some styrene, and then I will do the UV resin. First I'll line it with bare metal foil, then I'll put the clear resin in there to make it look like the headlight is sunken into the panel. Because if I found, which this model did not come with the headlights, but if I found some to fit in there, they're just going to, stick out from there. I want these to be almost like that fringed look. So a lot of cleanup there. I don't mind the purple. I am cutting out. I've decided all of this right here is going to be cutted smooth. Cutted. My gosh, words are hard. Cut smooth all the way around, and I'm going to have it just a plain thin wall, and it's going to be the stainless steel or aluminum look. And I'm thinking about even doing the brushed, where you can turn on some of these cars, you make the circles in the brushed aluminum or the brushed steel. But yeah, I'm still debating whether or not to open the trunk or one of the doors. I have noticed this, I don't like that. I'm going to make this level all the way across. These are going to be filled in as well because there's not going to be any back bumpers. I am going to fringe in some tail lights. I am going to keep the spare tire. I was thinking about maybe, somebody made a comment on the last video that was kind of intriguing. I could take this, cut that down, and swoop it. But then guess what this turns into? A Lincoln Zephyr if I do that. The only difference between this and the Zephyr is I believe the front end on this is longer than the Zephyr. But if I smooth this out and make this just flat, this is definitely a Zephyr rear end. And I don't want anybody to look at it and go, oh, that's a Lincoln Zephyr. I want them to go, dang, that's a Continental. So I've decided against that. One of my biggest fears was breaking this, and I was trying to be as gentle as I possibly can. Now, in those videos, I have to let you know when I'm doing the brake fluid, it looks like I'm scrubbing really hard, and I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really just letting the scuff pad do the work, and I'm just, you know, wiping it to let the brake fluid do its due diligence. But didn't get as clean as I hoped for. But it's okay, because I'm going to, you know, after I get all this chopped and sanded and cleaned, I will put some filler primer on it, look at it again, clean up any other spots, and then I'll go over it with the 1000 Mr. Hobby Surfacer, the 1000 Mr. Surfacer, because then it'll be a lot cleaner. I'll be able to see everything a little bit better. But yes, this is where we're currently at. Interior, not bad. Still some stuff left in there. Front seats are actually in Purple Power. I should have, my Purple Power ultrasonic cleaner is not big enough to hold these pieces, so I couldn't do that. But for right now, let's go ahead and fix this windshield brace. Got our ultra thin cement. Get yourself one of these non-spill containers on my website, and my website is on or in the description. Probably wearing y'all out with that stuff. It's okay. You know what? I wonder if I should shave this piece before. No. Shut up, Matt. Shut up. Stuff dries super fast. But it's okay, because I'm actually gonna put some more on the outside and let it soak in. Yeah, worst fear was breaking that darn piece, but they're usually pretty easy to fix. I just didn't want to deal with it, unfortunately. But honestly, with the amount of stuff I've done to this thing already, oh my goodness, getting impatient, Matt. Put that bad boy on there before it dries. Actually, with the thin cement, since it melts the plastic together, sometimes letting it dry for a second helps, because that styrene gets gooey, and then you have something to attach it to. So we're just going to leave that alone for right now. Okay, while we let the windshield frame settle, I wanted to take a look at this. Not only do I have the ultrasonic cleaner, I have this mason jar filled with Purple Power that I'll use for smaller stuff, and I'll shake it every other day or so. Probably doesn't need to go that long, but what I wanted to look at is I wanted to see one of these grills to see how it's doing, if I can get this pickle out of here. It's like definitely like hunting for. Ooh, that came out really good, which I had no doubt with Purple Power. This is the first one. Let me move this out of the way so I don't spill it. Let's clean her up. See, you know, they're so. I'm probably getting all kind of comments. I can hear people typing now because I've went through this already in one of my videos. There are so many different ways to strip chrome, so many different ways to strip paint. Everybody has their own technique, and I understand completely, and it's okay. You use what you're comfortable with. This is what I'm comfortable with, but that came out perfect. I mean, that looks like the brand new piece that came off the sprue. Still a little piece there, but that's not a big deal because that's going to be glued on to the actual front end. But the person that had done this car, if you remember the first video, they painted these gold, which looked good. I have to say, it didn't look bad at all, but that makes me happy. Let's see if we can get this other pickle out of here. There she is. And I don't know if you can see that, but look at all that flake in there from the chrome coming off. Pretty darn awesome, man. I got the wheels in there as well. All the smaller stuff that I didn't want to put in that big. Here's the axle. That's the front axle, if I remember correctly. Oh, here's this long, super long steering column. Looks like he may have just painted that silver. I don't know why I thought it was chrome at the time. And here's the other grill. Let's take a look at these. Right, that was the first one. Let's get this cleaned off. Happy with that. Very happy with that. Alright, so this was not chrome. He painted that silver. Not a big deal. Still coming off. Just with a little gentle wipe, you can start to see the styrene coming through. Or plastic, or whatever it was. Molded, hot, boiling plastic being squished together. Yeah. That's the longest steering column I've ever seen on a car. When I was disassembling, it just felt like it was taking forever to come out of the dash. Never seen anything like it. Pretty cool though. Same thing with this. Thought that was chrome and it's not. He painted it. Probably used a chrome pin, but still coming right off. Now I will have to modify this. I'll probably have to flip it upside down to get the stance that I'm looking for. Still a lot of cleanup left to do on this stuff, but I at least wanted you to see that. I'll clean up all that. Very happy with the way the grill came out. And there's some other little pieces in there like the wheel hubcaps and stuff like that that I'll fish out later on. Okay, so I've done about all the cleaning that I can do on this, and quite honestly, it's okay. I don't need it to be any cleaner than this. It feels great. I feel when I put some primer on here, it's going to cover pretty well and not be goopy and chunky and all that good stuff, because this thing has been through brake cleaner, .3 brake cleaner, purple power. It's on its third day now, and I pulled it, and I even scrubbed it with the gray scuff pad that I was using for the body. That came out a lot better. But this, woo, it's not moving. So I'm sure there's something out there you are going to tell me that would take all this off, and that's fine. Definitely do so for future reference, but for this particular project, I'm just going to use primer and prime over that. So a couple of things. This video, we will start the actual mock-up process next week, but this particular video, there's 3 more things that I want to go over. First, let's start with this. Of course, this car came with a V12. So here's the V12. Of course, you got 6 plugs on each side of the flathead. Good looking motor, and I was considering using this, but I found something with MCV products that I ordered, and I ordered on the 1st, and hopefully we'll get it in about 5 days, 3 to 5 days. And it's a V12 as well, and I'm going to let that be a surprise. I should have it before the next video. I definitely will have it before the next video, so you'll see what that is. So keep in mind, we do have something that's going to take place of that. I will use that in another project. Tail lights. Found these. I was going to use these. This was in my kit bash supplies, and I don't remember where in the world it came from. Y'all might be able to know just by the shape, but I'm considering 2 things, and we're going to discuss that right now. Take that off and the roof off. The windshield is fixed finally. All right, so I've got 2 things I'm going to do. One, I'm definitely putting a spare on here, and that spare that I'm using, I'm about to show you the reveal of the wheels, and I can't wait for that. But it takes up this entire space, and you see how big that wheel well is. Now, this is a 1/24 scale, so you almost got to go with big wheels to make this look good. But here's what I'm thinking. 2 things. One, I'm either going to use these short ones and put them on the, fringe them into the trunk deck on either side of the spare. That way it's up high enough if you're driving. If you're driving, you've got those taillights up high. And I did, you know, hold them up with the spare there before I showed y'all, and I do like to look the way it looks. Or with a little more of a modern go, since we're going to have a modern engine in it, modern wheels, may even do some modern interior stuff. I haven't decided 100% on the steering wheel. I did it first. I was like, I'm going to keep this, and I think I've changed my mind. And I think I may be going with bucket seats instead of the bench. But this kit had customized tail lights as well. And let me make sure I got these turned the right way. Yep, they would be this way. So I was thinking about cutting them just so they're, you know, they stop about right there. So it would cut off right here. Trim them, fringe them in so they're nice and sleek. I was going to do that on here, but you're dealing with a huge curve and a straight piece of plastic, which I could probably heat up a little bit and bend, but I really don't want to get that far into it. I could also cut it and put them way up here, but I want to kind of leave these fenders alone, especially after I shade these lines, because I want it to be nice, clean, and sleek, just like the front ones. I want that flow to keep going. So tell me which one you think you may like better, or if you have another idea. But remember, I'm limited to what's in my my miscellaneous parts. So I may open another kit. I mean, I have 100 kits here, and I could open up another kit, but this was the one that kind of stuck out to me. All right, so we got that as well. And last thing, I'm going to reveal the wheel to you. This is, some are going to love it, some are going to hate it. Please keep in mind, this thing is going to be on bags. Let me adjust the camera. This thing will be on bags, so it's going to be sitting as if it's at a car show. Somebody let all the pressure out, it's sitting on the ground. No back wheels. This car will not have back wheels. This is what I'm thinking about. This is actually probably what I'm going with. I probably won't change my mind with that. I'm gonna and I want you to see how well this sits in there. And from a side angle, absolutely love it. Now I'll show you something else, because these wheels are so big. I want to say they're 28 on a 124 scale. I am going to have to do some work because these are not deep enough. They're concave too much, so they're not flat, and this tire is it's wider and doesn't give it the space it needs to go up in there. So we're going to do some modification there to get that to work. But because this is a big body car and it's a 124 scale, I just think these wheels are going to absolutely make this car. And I can grab another one here and put it on the back. And I've got a rendering. I started working on a rendering of where my imagination is going with this. Because, matter of fact, I'll pop it up right here. This is where I'm trying to go with it. I'm envisioning a burgundy top, and I've got a surprise for y'all on the burgundy top. We will go over that probably in the next video as well as part of the mock-up. And I love that champagne. It's a color from Tropical Glitz, and it's champagne. And of course it doesn't look like it now. I need to mix it, but the color in that picture is using the champagne Tropical Glitz with a deep burgundy top. So I think those colors just go so well with these wheels, and that it's going to be on the ground. And like I said, I was going full gangster with this car. So I'm also, and if y'all can let me know, I'm searching for a hood ornament. Since we are going full gangster, I am searching for either a 3D resin, either one I can print myself because I can do it myself resin, or somebody y'all may know that does custom hood ornaments. And I don't know exactly what I want, but I don't want a standard. I want it to be custom. So this is the Envision, guys. So we're going to cut it short on this video. So you're leaving with an idea. Let me get the camera one more time. I'm leaving you with the idea of the direction we're going. So I'm going to ask for your help, of course, on the brake lights and tail lights. I am going to go chrome on the grill. No bumpers. We're going to fill in all these holes and fix all these mold lines. I will reveal the engine next week on that as soon as I have it in my hand. Bucket seats, and then we will start the mock-up process of all this next week, because the engine that I'm getting, I am going to have to do some work to the interior tub, probably a little bit of work to that, and probably not much. Well, yeah, I probably will have to do some work to this, which I've already decided I was going to do anyway. I was going to cut this flush and make a plain panel to make it nice and clean. So that's where we are, guys. We're having fun. This is part of it. Have fun, and I can't wait to continue with the series. This is going to be a blast, and I am documenting everything from beginning to end on what it looked like before and what it's going to look like after. So until the next time, guys, keep on rolling.